When we talk about the purpose of in-service workshops for the professional development of language teachers in order to implement the language curriculum design in an appropriate way, so we need to take into account some of the goals of those workshops, the purposes of those workshops. And remember, we are talking about some of the goals of in-service workshops. And here we are going to discuss understanding and remembering ideas. For example, how the tutors, how the organizers of a workshop can help the participants. By participants, I mean the teachers, to better understand the ideas and use them for longer term for their professional growth, right? So primarily, the goal of understanding ideas is just to make teachers better informed professionals. By better informed, I mean to say who could have, who have developed some skills relevant to effective pedagogical skills or teaching, right? So it helps them make them better professional rather than, performing teacher, right? So who could, who could get ideas from the workshops and can utilize them while they are actually in the classroom. So there are various, obviously, skills and understanding. When we talk about remembering ideas, we mean to say some of the skills, key skills related to language teaching. And when we talk about language teaching, we refer to the implementation of language curriculum design. So one of the purposes could be to make teachers develop materials, and I think this is a very important point here, because you might have seen yourself in some of the schools that most of the teachers might lack this skill of making materials or creating materials, taking help from online resources, making the use of augmenting textbooks with their own materials. So this is important here. And then while making them understanding ideas, we can help them plan the units of a lesson, and we can bring in some problem solving activities or exercises in the workshop. And I think you would agree with me that these are some of the features of an in-service workshop that go a long way in terms of reshaping the philosophy, the core philosophy of language teachers. And this is what they could take up and use them for the longer term. So as I said before, like primarily the role of in-service workshops is to help teachers how to develop the skills of remembering ideas and utilizing them. So, and therefore they can plan their lessons in an effective way, and they could, if they confront any problem pedagogically in the classroom, for example, making the use of direct method or communicative approach, so they are better equipped to resolve that problem, right? Well, the workshops that tend to oversee the significance of remembering ideas, they might have some problems. There could be if, for example, the participants are not given information how to remember ideas, that might lead them to much more confusion or less intake or input, and they might mislabel some of the information, or they might lack some interest in appropriation or assimilation of the materials. So these are some of the core elements of an in-service workshop. And the important point here, which needs to be emphasized, is the main purpose of an in-service workshop is to just, make the teacher realize their beliefs about language learning and language teaching. So these beliefs can help them, shape their strategies about language teaching. And for that matter, we could, or the organizers could bring in some strategies of, helping teachers take some notes, or they could be asked to come on the stage and question, and they could be given some exercises to evaluate. So in summary, understanding ideas or remembering ideas is one of the important goals of an in-service workshop. And this is how the participants, the language teachers, can get something useful and they could use in the long term to better implement the language curriculum design.